Kevin Samuels' Tox report come back dirty, his legacy is completely over. Like a Range Rover driving over a high-value can of Red Bull.
Good evening, America and the rest of the world. Xander J. Hobson here, stand-up comedian and entertainer, director and producer of boxing documentaries, and internet troll to those who need internet trolling. This here is another episode of The Devil's Advocate, brought to you by the Brilliant Artist Movement. Folks, I'm trying to grow the platform, so please subscribe, like this video, share it, and by all means, leave a comment in the comment section. I enjoy checking out the feedback from these videos that I make, as well as exchanging opinions and points of views with you all. Now, if you are a detractor, and it is your nature to detract, I encourage you to do so. But just know, if you become nasty in my comment section, I'm gonna become even nastier when I respond. I'm the troll's troll, and trolling me will not be tolerated. So anyway, right? My guy is the P.S.A man, or the Kevin Samuels Roast Network guy. And I just got finished watching the P.S.A man, and he was talking about the toxicology report of Kevin Samuels. The P.S.A man rubbing his hands together and watering at the mouth for the toxicology report of Kevin Samuels to come back, I guess, positive.
It's only a matter of time before Kevin Samuels' legacy is all mine.
P.S.A talking about how he was looking forward to dragging Kevin Samuels should his toxicology report come back positive. Now, if you've been following my channel, you know that I have softened my stance against Kevin Samuels after he expired. I no longer see a need to drag Kevin Samuels' name through the mud because the P.S.A man is doing that.
Kevin Samuels' tax report better come back clean. Because if it don't, we gonna drag Kevin Samuels from New York to LA.
The P.S.A man haven't missing a beat. In fact, the P.S.A man has been keeping Kevin Samuels alive by trolling him the way that he does. Now, I want to say this about Kevin Samuels, and I've said this before, and I'll probably say it again whenever I hold a conversation about him. I have an immense degree of respect for this man, for the manner in which he achieved success at the halfway mark of his life. Well, actually, it was at the end of his life because Kevin Samuels didn't really live long enough to enjoy the fruits of his labor. But the fact that he reached that peak, 1 million subscribers, $4 million in the bank, I'm told, a lot of influence and a lot of love. I think that was a great thing. Sometimes it's better late than never. Again, I can't stress enough, Kevin Samuels had a huge work ethic and he got shit done. And one of the things that I believe that Kevin understood was showmanship. Kevin Samuels, the guy was definitely an actor and he was definitely an entertainer. And one of the things that I've noticed about him, he did and said a lot of things to keep his name relevant. Kevin Samuels using Jerry Springer style tactics in order to keep the people coming back. Kevin Samuels turning his show into a bit of a reality show. I honestly believe that a lot of the phone calls that Kevin had, I believe they were staged. And again, this is nothing more than showmanship. Just a few days ago, someone staged a video with a woman making her husband, or insisted that her old man bring food for all the kids or no food at all. And we discovered at some point that this whole thing was staged. Well, I believe that a lot of Kevin's videos were staged, but this was brilliant because it kept the people coming back to see what this man was going to do next. There were a lot of situations that took place where Kevin Samuels said things that were so far off the chart, it made people tune in just so they could troll him. I know this is one of the reasons why I started trolling Kevin, because Kevin said some things that I had an issue with, and I made videos about him. And as long as people are talking about you, whether it be good or bad, that's a good thing. The great Muhammad Ali, Ric Flair, Floyd Mayweather, and so forth and so forth. People tuned in to see these guys get their ass handed to them. And people tuned into Kevin so that they can be mad with him, so that they can critique him, so that they can call him names. I believe that Kevin Samuels played that LGBTQ thing like a fiddle. After reflecting on Kevin, no way this guy was a gay man. No way this guy was a gay man. But what Kevin did was he dangled the LGBTQ card in front of people and made folks question his sexuality. I have no doubt that everything that Kevin said in regards to the LGBTQ, men should sleep with men, the guy sleeping on the couch, boys are for pleasure and women are for babies. I have no doubt that all of this stuff was carefully orchestrated by Kevin to keep his name popping and to keep people coming back to tune into his channel. So this is what I was thinking about, because again, just to think about that LGBTQ thing, in this day and time, film production will not receive any type of awards if it does not reflect every aspect of the society that we live in. And one aspect of the society that we live in is there are members of the LGBTQ in our society. And Kevin, he dangled that in front of his audience and made people question his sexuality. And as a result of that, Kevin Samuels had over 1 million followers. He made millions and millions of dollars, and he was just starting to make it big before his untimely death. Now, I said all of that to say this. The P.S.A man was talking about how he was looking forward to dragging Kevin Samuels if he did in fact have a positive toxicology report. But I think my good friend, the P.S.A man, may be overlooking the fact that one thing has absolutely nothing to do with the other. Even if Kevin Samuels does have a positive toxicology report, that still won't change the fact that he had a stellar work ethic. That still doesn't change the fact that he was a showman and he understood how to make people come back and subscribe to his channel. And finally, that still won't change the fact that some of the stuff that he said was spot on. So, will a positive toxicology report tarnish the image of Kevin Samuels? Absolutely not. Hey, Elvis Presley, he was a drug addict, and I believe he died on the toilet. Michael Jackson, he might as well have been a drug addict because he was on some type of pills or drugs that killed him. Hey, if the image of Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson wasn't tarnished by the drugs that was in their system, I doubt very seriously that drugs in Kevin Samuels' system will tarnish his image.
As Kevin Samuels was a true nation builder, his birthday should be a holiday. Suit up. As a matter of fact, we're going to do just that. We're going to beatify the good brother and make it official come March 13th, 2023, we will declare St. Kevin's Day. And on that day, the brothers will suit up, get suited and booted and be their level best. March 13th, 2023, be on the lookout for it. We got some other stuff coming down the pike in commemoration of St. Kevin's Day.
Again, as I wrap this up, Kevin Samuels has been responsible for a lot of YouTube content creators, yours truly in particular, but also the P.S.A man. If there was no Kevin Samuels to motivate Xander J. Hobson or P.S.A, neither one of us would be here. So this is what I was thinking about, and now that I done thought about it and shared my thoughts with you, I'm done with it. Bam!
A little boy climbed an apple